Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Craving your next action-packed adventure? Audible delivers thrills of every kind on your command. Like Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, where a lone astronaut must save humanity from extinction. Narrated with stunning intensity by Ray Porter. From electrifying suspense and daring quests to spine-tingling horror and romance in far-off realms, unleash your adventurous side with gripping titles that'll keep you guessing. Discover exclusive Audible originals, hotly anticipated new releases, and must-listen bestsellers that hook you from the first minute. Because Audible knows there's no greater thrill than the one that speaks to you. Discover what lies beyond the edge of your seat. Start your free 30-day trial at audible.com/WonderyUS. That's audible.com/WonderyUS.
Welcome to How to Survive, the show that teaches you how to survive the stuff that can kill you.
Like rabid raccoons, or leaky brains,
Ooh.
or asteroids.
Oh my God, we have sound effects now.
Yes.
And the stuff that just makes you wish you were dead.
Like mouth sounds, and mean girls in middle school.
Hate them.
And teen pregnancy.
Those two things at the end often go together.
Yes. They do.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad I wasn't one. But you know what I am glad about?
Our theme song? That was
not make sense.
That was labored.
Speaking of leaky brains.
Ground is shaking under our feet. Mountains on fire, flooding in the street. Can't breathe the air, can't fight the feeling. Gobbling down Xanax ain't the way to be dealing. Gotta do better than just getting high. We gotta stick together if we're gonna survive. Ooh, how to survive. Ooh, how to survive.
Hey.
Hello.
You're listening to How to Survive.
Yes.
This is in case somebody's new to the show.
What if you accidentally stumbled upon a podcast? What is this?
You might.
You could.
You know, our listeners
Yeah.
do recommend the show to their friends. I just got a message about it.
I just saw on Blue Sky someone recommended us. That's really nice.
Thank you for doing that. That's so helpful to us. I'm Kristine, in case you've never heard my voice before.
And I'm Danielle.
And we have a producer named Garen.
Hi.
We call him the Garden Squirrel. Mm-hmm. And you know, I got a second message, Mr. Squirrel, to remind you to not talk quietly into the mic because people like to hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
So just, you know, loud and proud.
I should just turn myself all the way to the max.
Yeah. This one goes up to 11.
Cord.
You don't just have a weak vocal cord.
One cord?
Jesus.
You have one cord?
That's it. That's the explanation. I never talk about this.
You got one
It was
removed?
a terrible accident when I was a kid. I fell off a slide and my vocal cord popped right out.
No,
I bet your parents didn't even take you to the hospital.
No, it was like Popeye
Walk it
squeezing
off.
his spinach. It
Yeah.
just went boop right out.
Yes.
It was crazy.
They said, he's fine. Get me another can of Coors.
Can you imagine how strong you'd have to be to pop open a can of spinach?
That's before he eats the spinach too.
That's before he
Yes.
eats the spinach.
Imagine
Maybe he
what he
doesn't
does
even
after.
need it. It's all in his mind.
It's psychological.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about your little
My little getaway.
trip. How did it go?
It was wonderful.
Good.
It was everything you want in a Palm Springs getaway. It was, you go with a friend who's very
Yes.
easy to be around and wonderful.
Right. Not me. She didn't go with me.
I didn't go with
She
Danielle.
went with an easygoing friend.
I went with a chill girl. I went with a cool girl, you know, the kind of girl who just eats cheeseburgers on top of a Ferrari. That kind of girl.
If you knew this woman, it's so the opposite of who she is. It's really funny.
I mean, she might eat a cheeseburger. Oh, she's vegetarian. She would eat a vegan burger on top of a Ferrari in a bikini.
I went to a Carl's Jr. commercial.
Well,
Yeah.
we did. We lived inside of a Carl's Jr. commercial. You know, house in Palm Springs. The pool was heated.
Nice.
And it was actually warm. Like, I could just walk in. And I'm such a wimp. Like,
Yeah.
even when people say the pool's heated, I'll be like,
Same.
you could just walk in. Hot tub, which we couldn't figure out until the last night, but I did get into the hot tub the last night. Just chilled out, had like lunch at a vegan place that was really cute. Dinner at another nice place. Hung out at the house, popped popcorn. She wanted to watch the new Bridget Jones movie.
Oh, okay.
I'd already seen it, but I was like, I'll watch it again.
Cool.
Had a weed gummy while we watched it, but like very low dose.
Yeah.
So, just a little like mellow. I had a quarter of a beer and I was fine.
Good.
I know that's my threshold is I can have a quarter of a beer, not half. And the only thing that happened that was like negative, I don't even want to say negative. This is very two ladies in their 50s. So we're on the strip. Yeah. And there's a giant orthopedic shoe store where it's like all comfy shoes for ladies like us. Okay. And it's all like Birkenstocks and Taos and every high-end brand for ladies who have bunions. Okay. So we're just looking at the sale rack and we're talking
just drooling.
Oh, we're like, oh my
look
God,
at how wide that shoe is.
Oh, look at that toe base.
Look at that open toe.
Oh my God, I can wear those.
Oh my God.
But I'm literally like, well, I can't wear those because of my bunion and I can't wear those. And this woman comes out who's like 20 years older than us and she's like, honey, both of my feet are covered in bunions. And we're just like laughing about the insanity of our lives. So we keep walking. And there's a guy standing out front and he's like, here you go, free samples. And we're like, okay, and put it in our hand. He goes, wait, I have more for you. Oh, no. Come here.
Wait, what were the samples?
We didn't know. We just took them. It was like a little,
package.
It was like, it's like lotion, right?
Got it.
It's not food, which I would have preferred.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, sit down.
Uh-oh.
I should have yelled at him like I did at a man once in front of a bar. No. And just like stomped away. Because he's like, now I have this other, and he's like holding a bottle. I have this for you. He goes, sit down. And so we're not like fighting. We're just kind of going with the day. So Julia sits down and he pulls a chair over and I sit down and he's like, let me put this on your eyes.
Now this is outside?
Now we're inside.
Oh, he has a store next to the shoe store. Gotcha.
And it's, he works there. It's not his store.
Yeah.
He's this young guy like in his 20s. Oh. So he's like starts dabbing the stuff under one of her eyes. And he's like, this is so good. This is so good. You're going to see the difference. And so he puts a mirror in her face. And he goes, see? And she's like, no. Mm-hmm. And he goes, you can't see because look on this side. It looks so good. And on this side, you can see the all the crow's feet and the wrinkles.
My God. This is a good way to get a customer.
And he goes, it's not your fault. And we're just kind of looking at each other. And then he's like, I'll put some on you. Do you feel it? And I go, yeah, it's great. Okay, we got to go. And like we stormed out. And I was like, I mean, perfectly nice day to have somebody just grab you off the street and point out your aging face to you as if it's a problem like that needs to be fixed.
Right.
Like just he saw two women. He was like, oh, I see two women in their 50s. They'll
want to change themselves.
That obviously must want to change themselves. Right. But it was just like, well, thanks a lot. I mean, we just laughed about it. Yeah. We didn't care, but it was also just like kind of annoying, this idea that like, because we clearly have signs of aging on our face, we're a target for him to point out and want to fix us.
It's really inappropriate.
It was so gross.
But it probably works on some people.
I'm sure it does. But also it was like, we were like, this is probably some kind of cover for like money laundering or there was like nobody in there. The store's empty. I'm like, how did places like this even stay in business?
I don't know.
On such a high rent.
And I don't know.
I had another kind of exciting thing happen. Do you guys want to hear about it?
Of course.
This is dramatic.
Okay.
Are you ready for some drama?
Yeah.
For
Always.
your mamas.
I'm sexual. Of course I want drama.
Yeah.
That's in the playbook.
Well, this is gonna whip your pants off.
Oh, well.
Whip them off.
Whip your pants off.
Okay.
So Saturday, I was cleaning my house.
Already a good start.
Oh, so hot, right? In my pajamas, you guys. My striped pajamas. And
Are you the girl in the striped pajamas?
That is me.
Okay.
That is me. I'm the main character of that story. I'm leaning down, cleaning my cupboards. They're white, so they're always, and I have children, always filthy. So I'm leaning over and my nose starts leaking. Like you know when you get a bloody nose, how it's different because it's like really fast?
Yeah.
And like it feels different. So I was like, oh my God, I have a bloody nose? Like that's weird. I never get a bloody nose. But it's not. It's just fluid.
What?
And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, that's weird because I'm not sick. I don't have a cold. And it's just on one side. And I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. But I'm not.
No. Oh, no.
I'm not that like alarmed by it because I was just like, okay, weird, whatever. And I kind of ignore it because it just happened this one time and move on with my life. And then later that day, I'm petting Frances because she's a sweetheart and she likes hugs. So I lean over, giving her a hug, and it happens again. And it's like really fast and it's a lot.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, what the fuck? This is weird. Again, I'm just like, okay, I don't know. Maybe it's a weird kind of like sinus infection. I don't know because it's not mucus, not to be gross and specific. So then I, again, just keep it to myself and ignore it. And the next day, and it's kind of a weird color. So it's kind of like a little pinkish yellow. So the next day,
For spring.
Yes, we're celebrating spring nose leaks. So the next day is Sunday, and I tell Sven about it. I go, so this kind of some weird things happening. I don't know what to think about it, and I'm not sure what's up. And it happens again. He's out in the laundry room. I go, Sven, I need you to look at it because it's like in my hand. And then now it's like kind of turning this weird yellow. I go, look. And he goes, oh, whoa. We should go to urgent care. And he Googles it. And
Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Spinal fluid?
Yes.
George Clooney? Is that what you're thinking of?
I wasn't thinking of that. But
Does this happen to you?
no, I've heard about it.
Okay.
I think.
So
I guess.
we Google it, and it's literally every
my
it's
God.
like happening out of one side of your nose, your
my
head
God,
hurts, and it's all the symptoms. So I'm like, yeah, let's go to urgent care. So we go to urgent care, and this is Sunday, and I get in to see a doctor, and he does a full like neurological exam, which I pass it with flying colors.
Chair, woman, camera,
Yes.
man.
He does all the like touch your finger to your nose. Can you follow my hand?
Okay.
Can you flip your hand over to your other hand? Like it's all
Right.
this kind of stuff. And he's like, well, and then because I have epilepsy,
Yeah.
he asks a bunch of questions like, who's your neurologist? And I'm like, I don't really have one. I see my primary. And, he's like, who was your neurologist? And so he's like, did you see this doctor? Did you see that doctor? He's trying to name check all these doctors. I'm like, I don't remember. That's not a sign of a brain injury. It's just been a long time.
It's just being 52.
Yeah, it's just, I'm also perimenopausal, so I have no fucking memory of things. So he's like, well, it could be. He goes, or it could be like rhinitis or sinusitis.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. He goes, so follow up with your doctor and like call a neurologist. I'll give you a list. He goes, and then, if anything gets worse, go to the emergency room.
Okay.
Which is always fun.
Yeah.
Because you're just like now, so
you're no more knowledgeable than when you got there.
Absolutely. It's very fun because then you're just like every little sign. So I do have a Zoom appointment tomorrow with a
Is it still happening?
kind of a little. Like it's definitely slowed down, which I guess is good. But then it's like every little thing I'm like, is my headache getting worse? I don't know. I can't tell. Like, so now I'm in this holding pattern of just waiting to see if things get worse.
Jesus Christ.
And then the neurologist he recommended, I called the neurologist and they go, oh, so his first available appointment's in August.
Yeah.
I go, okay, well, maybe not him.
Right.
And then I called the other neurologist they recommended and they were like, well, you have to fill out our paperwork on our website and then we'll call you. I'm like, oh my God, of course.
Jeez.
So I have a Zoom appointment tomorrow.
With your regular doctor.
Well, it's a doctor in his practice because he's out until like the 10th.
Okay.
So I don't know what they're going to say. But I'm just like,
well, what does it mean to have leaking spinal
so
fluid?
it means often. So I read up on it, and it's generally most of the time it happens because you have blunt force trauma to your head from like hitting your head or a gunshot wound.
Jesus.
I feel like I'd know if I got shot.
Unless in your sleep, Frances is just, doing some karate chops.
Yeah. I mean, you know what's funny? She did step on my head with her paw on my eyeball. And I was like, well, I'm going to get a black eye because it was so heavy. But I'm like, I still don't think that's enough to give me a head injury. No. It did hurt though. Oh. Or there is like just unexplained a cerebrospinal fluid leak in like more commonly in women that can just happen. And like a lot of the things that are symptoms are things that it's like, yeah, my fucking neck hurts. It always does.
Right.
Does it hurt worse now? Maybe, but it's also maybe I'm hyper alert to it just because I'm worried. So you know how it's like when you're trying to figure out, it reminds me so much of when I was pregnant and I had cholestasis where it's this thing where you itch all over, but your babies can just basically stop breathing inside of you. And my doctor was like,
oh my God.
So try not to worry, but like if you notice them stop kicking,
oh my God,
come in right away.
Well, it's not like you've not been pregnant, Garen. It's not like they're kicking constantly.
No.
So there could be hours and hours where they're not kicking.
So you're just kind of like, is terrified all the fucking time. That was actually worse because it's like your babies. Where now I'm just like,
can't catch a break. Just women in general, you can't catch a break from anybody. It's ridiculous.
It's all tough.
From yourselves.
Yeah,
no, it's fucking tough.
Yeah,
From the lotion guy.
The lotion guy, man, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
it's like the world hates us. Lotion guy wants to shame us. My own brain.
Your own brain.
My own brain's trying to give me shit.
I'm so sorry. I hope everything's okay.
Yeah, me too.
Jeez Louise.
Nice.
So maybe I have a weird sinus infection I've never had that's just coming out of one side of my nose, or maybe my own brain's fluid is just shooting out of my nose.
I mean, wait, is it spinal fluid or brain fluid?
That's the same. That's the same thing.
It is?
Yeah, your
okay.
CSF is coating your brain and your spine.
Okay.
So the reason why your head starts to hurt more is because when the fluid leaks out, your brain just starts to sit right on top of your spine, and it's really painful.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, I hope you're okay.
Isn't that a fun story for the pod?
No, I think it was Rachel Quaintance who, when she was pregnant, something like that happened. That's what made me think of it. She had a horrible with her second baby.
That's terrible.
I just had a vision of a brain just slowly falling on top of a spinal cord, and it made me woozy.
I know. Jeez,
that's
Louise. Oh my God.
I'm like,
how is it?
I'm like,
I can watch people get eviscerated.
I don't know. I don't understand.
I don't
get it.
I can't even think about it without getting shivery.
I was like, I was going to say this could only happen to me, but I feel like it could also happen to you, Danielle.
It could for sure happen to me.
Or Jimmy.
Yeah. Well, if it happened to me, they would never find out what it is. That's the only difference. Because every problem I have is there's literally no explanation for it. Maybe
like
it's
all
stress.
Your doctors can
Yeah.
just Dr. Shrug. I don't know.
Yeah, Dr. Shrug.
Have you thought about can you reduce your stress levels? Are you stressed out?
Oh my God.
That's every doctor's answer to every woman's problem.
How to survive an expected asteroid.
Shit. Danielle, I love your glasses.
These are Jimmy's.
They look great on you.
Do they?
Yeah.
So I took the glasses I use here home because my home glasses are getting new lenses. Didn't think to bring them back for here. So now I'm using Jimmy's. Okay.
Letterman's.
Toward the end of 2024, astronomers discovered an asteroid that seemed to pose a danger to Earth. Did you guys know about this?
Yes, I did. Because Sven was like, you should do that on the show.
Oh, well, here we go. Telescopes across the planet are now monitoring asteroid 2024 YR4.
That's the name of it?
I guess so. Yeah,
They
I
should
guess
give it a name like
other ones have
Billy
names.
Bob or
The
something.
Wolf Biederman.
Oh, that's better.
What's that?
That's from Deep Impact. I don't know
Wolf
why I
Biederman?
remember that. That's the
Okay.
name of the comet from Deep Impact.
And continue to track the potential danger of it striking Earth in 2032. Not that far from now.
Oh.
But what does it mean for us on the ground? What is an asteroid, and what steps could you take to prepare for it? Here's what everyone should know about asteroids, meteors, and other space debris. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to explain to you that this is from something called Team Rubicon. I was a little weirded out. I was like, what the fuck is Team Rubicon?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to tell you, it's actually legit. It is a veteran-led humanitarian organization that serves global communities before, during, and after disasters and crises.
Okay.
Our vision is to support humanity and build resiliency for vulnerable communities across the world. So they, I guess, did research on this.
It sounds like an organization that tracks Godzilla.
They do that too.
I kind of want to join.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
a
have to vet.
veteran.
Understanding the difference in space debris can be complex. Asteroids are chunks of rock and metal left over from the formation of the solar system floating through space. Mm-hmm. NASA estimates that there are at least 1.4 million of them in the solar system, most of which pose no threat. Meteors, okay, this is because I never understood what the difference was between asteroids and meteors. Meteors are what happens when objects in space, including asteroids and asteroid pieces, burn up in Earth's atmosphere.
Okay. So they would never hit.
Right.
Okay.
When a space object doesn't burn up and hits the planet, it's called a meteorite.
Okay.
It's a meteor if it burns up. It's a meteorite if it hits the.
So we don't have to worry about meteors.
Well, not exactly.
Switched.
I agree. Not exactly, as we'll learn later.
Okay.
Tracking potential meteorites is an essential first step to protecting ourselves from them, a task that history reminds us is urgent.
Oof.
The most well-known meteorite is probably the one that precipitated, okay, so I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Chicxulub impact event. This is what destroyed the dinosaurs.
Okay.
Which ended the era of the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. That asteroid was just over 6 miles in diameter.
Ooh.
Left a crater 90 miles wide and caused the extinction of some 75% of all plant and animal species. The potential impact, unless, of course, you believe that God just planted dinosaur bones, in which case, just don't listen to this.
Well, can I get back to you on it?
Sure. Yeah.
There's some dinosaurs. Those
You
bones
can do
are
your
real.
own research.
I just want to think about it a little bit.
The potential impact event comes in the... Oh, sorry. I just read that. Oh, no, wait. Oh, yes. Okay, so that potential impact event comes in the form of asteroid 2024 YR4, which was discovered in December of 24. Estimated to be between 40 to 90 meters in diameter, the asteroid appeared for a short period to be aimed straight at us. Then, the chance of hitting Earth just stood over 3%. City killer asteroid headed for Earth, declared Yahoo News in a typical headline about the matter. The probability of asteroid 2024 YR4 crashing into Earth has since fallen to near zero, although the likelihood of it striking the moon has increased slightly. A collection of NEO near-Earth object. A collision of NEO near-Earth object with Earth is the only natural disaster we now know how humanity could completely prevent, says NASA Planetary Defense Officer Lindley Johnson. Lindley. Sounds so old-fashioned.
It does.
That's the first name?
Yeah, it sounds like a man's name in like the 30s.
Yes.
Lindley.
Is Lindley coming by for a shot of whiskey?
Or
Who's this guy?
I don't know.
I was just going to go right over it.
Sometimes she just has to ignore me.
Or you really should get that cream. Or mitigate against, in the words of disaster responders. Asteroid mitigation strategies include redirecting. This is so wild to me. It's so science fiction.
Yeah.
Redirecting the objects away from Earth using unmanned spaceships, a strategy tested successfully by a joint project from NASA and the Italian Space Agency called the Double Asteroid Redirection Test.
So wait, there's spaceships that don't have people in them.
Right.
That are redirecting asteroids.
Like
by what? Crashing into them?
I think they just shoot lasers at them or something. I'm not really sure.
Why can't they just send a couple of roughneck oil drillers?
Yeah, I mean,
up
it's
to these asteroids?
basically the same skill set. So why not? What's that movie called?
Armageddon.
All right.
Love that movie.
Okay.
I've seen a guy from that movie at my gym.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but don't ask me.
Ben Affleck?
Yeah, and that tattoo is real. No, not that guy. A different guy. I'd have to look at the cast list to point him out to you guys.
Okay, asteroid mitigation strategies. Finding near-Earth objects is a key function of the PDCO. I don't know what that is. Especially large asteroids with the potential of making us the next dinosaurs. According to NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, several dozen asteroids in the 20 to 40 foot, in the 20 to 40 foot range, fly closer to Earth than the moon, but only a fraction of these are actually detected. Detecting asteroids and other space objects is only the first step. We also have to prepare and mitigate against them. Governments and the kinds of nonprofits and agencies that respond to disasters, like Team Rubicon, can start preparing to track, mitigate against, and respond to threats from asteroids, such as YR4. Now,
did all those get cut?
Yeah,
probably.
Right?
Yeah. You know what? This was.
We better start relying a lot more on Team Rubicon.
Yeah, really.
Oh man, send them some money.
Oh my God.
Let's get a GoFundMe going.
There's like a group of veterans. Just they're the only people tracking the asteroids right now,
and they don't have any health insurance. Space agencies can utilize early detection systems to monitor potential threats and planetary defense programs like NASA's DART mission, which is aimed to deflect hazardous asteroids. For asteroid mitigation strategies, governments, international agencies, and nonprofits like Team Rubicon, they're really touting themselves quite a bit.
It's their own website. They can tout themselves.
Can develop emergency response plans, including evacuation strategies and infrastructure reinforcement. It is also essential that individuals prepare for potential space debris disasters. So the reason why, because I kept debating, should I do this or not? Because they're saying it's avoidable. But then they give you how to survive. So I'm guessing it's still possible that even if they shoot it down, space debris can still...
Well, it said only a minimum are detected.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that means there's a maximum.
That's true.
Of undetected.
I guess I assumed that the other ones were small, but maybe not. You know, like they were so small, but they could still cause damage. Okay. Here's advice on how to prepare for an asteroid impact from the disaster response volunteers at Team Rubicon. Follow NASA's Near-Earth Object Program, the European Space Agency's Planetary Defense Office, and other agencies monitoring asteroids. Okay, that's if just like you're a crazy person and you have lots of time on your hand.
Like you can just follow them on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm guessing
Instagram, because I'm not on Twitter.
Then you're going to die.
Oh, shoot. That was the one downside of going off.
Here's a photo of the asteroid that's coming to destroy Earth.
Yeah.
Did you hear that the people are saying the Blue Origin thing was a scam and didn't really happen?
Yes.
You did hear that?
Yes.
I didn't. That's funny.
Yeah.
And it might be true.
Oh, Garen,
but why?
stop it.
Because the way it's created, and also what's a huge scam is that they opened it from the inside when what's his face?
But they already disproved that silly thing.
Wait, I don't know what you guys are saying.
The
whole door thing, saying the door thing was, they already said that the reason why that door thing looked weird.
Because they opened it from the inside and then tried to, he even tells the lady, you didn't lock it all the way.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, so you have to use pronouns.
When they landed,
proper nouns.
They opened the door from the inside instead of Jeff Bezos coming with his little tool to twist the door and make it open from the outside.
So normally you cannot open a space shuttle from the inside.
Supposedly.
Okay.
That
seems really dangerous. Are you sure?
That they opened it from inside?
That they can't open it from the inside?
I don't know.
That seems
I'm
super,
not saying
super
that
dangerous.
Proves that it's fake. That's not what I'm saying. But what I read was that the way the windows are, they're too big for them to withstand the pressures of going. Well, they didn't go to space. They just went to the upper atmosphere. So I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, technically, I think if you leave gravity, that's space, right?
Yeah. Wait, was there not footage of the ship going up in space?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying it's fake. I'm saying it's okay. Who knows? I don't believe anything anymore. It's all
right.
Weird.
Well, that would be really funny if they got all that blowback and they didn't even do it. It would be hysterical.
The best thing ever. But I would say, again, this is what I always go back to, is you're not going to get that many people to keep a secret.
Yes, I agree. And also I think Katy Perry, is she the one who said, I wish I hadn't done it because of the blowback? I think at that point she'd be like, look, motherfuckers, I didn't actually do it.
We didn't even go there.
That's true. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Create an asteroid impact emergency preparedness kit.
Oh, God, I got to make another kit?
It's probably the same kit. Just like it's important to have a tornado or hurricane disaster preparedness kit, it's important to prepare for any space debris disaster.
Think of the cute backpack, though. Your space kit.
I got to tell you, I saw a backpack online it's just for a water bottle.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want that. Because like when I went hiking with you, I don't know why, I hate holding a water bottle.
I do too.
I hate it.
Yeah. I need a tiny backpack
and I have like a string backpack, but it would like move around. This would be secured.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can spend $55 on a...
Treat yourself, Danielle.
You deserve it.
It's
really cute.
I think you should.
Because then you can also, I think there's like a pocket for your keys.
Yeah, I'm going to get a smaller backpack.
Okay. Anyway, it's on 10 tree. Okay, create an asteroid. Okay, so food and water, at least 2 weeks supply, first aid kit and medical supplies, flashlights, batteries, and a hand crank radio, masks for dust and debris.
I've already got all this.
Have a plan to shelter in place from space debris. Isn't that weird? Like
the space
you might have to shelter from space debris.
But I mean, if it's already hit.
No, because it could be
coming.
radioactive maybe.
It's coming.
I don't know. Identify sturdy underground shelters for reinforced buildings to protect against shockwaves and debris. Oh, there's shockwaves.
Not in California.
Yeah. Establish
I'm not getting in my Do you have an underground space under your house?
I mean, we have a crawl space.
Yeah, we have you could get down there, but I'm not going in there.
Oh,
I'll just let the space debris get me.
Rather have an asteroid hit me between the eyes than go where there might be rats.
There's definitely rats in ours.
I'm not. You know me. I will. Yeah. I'll die of panic.
Yes.
I will die of panic. Did you watch Hacks this week?
I haven't yet.
Okay. Something made me laugh out loud really hard. Okay. Establish an asteroid evacuation strategy. Sorry. See, they put real milk in my coffee, and that's why
it makes you cough?
I guess.
My kids cough from dairy as well.
Be ready to move inland if a strike is predicted near the ocean, which could trigger tsunamis.
See, that's why I don't want to live by the ocean.
Okay. I have 2 stories of real asteroid events.
Oh, I'm excited.
So 115 years ago, the Tungasaka asteroid impact event. Okay, on June 30th, 1908. I mean, yes, it's a long time ago, but it ain't that long ago.
No, people were dying from the flu.
Yeah, an asteroid plunged into Earth's atmosphere and exploded in the skies. So see, even if it explodes in the sky, it can still be dangerous.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier about if it hits the ground, it's a meteorite. Okay. Over Siberia.
Ooh, and it's cold there too. People already have hard lives.
I mean,
they got to be dealing with.
Can you imagine
space debris too?
You just look up and you go, seriously, I live in Siberia.
Yeah, isn't that enough of a punishment?
Local eyewitnesses in the sparsely populated region, of course, Siberia is very huge and not well populated, reported seeing a fireball and hearing a large explosion. They also reported massive forest fires and trees blown over for miles.
Oh, Lord.
Because of the remoteness of the site, the event garnered little attention even within Tsarist Russia and much less outside. The first scientific expedition did not reach the area until 1927. This happened in 1908.
Wait a second. It took that long?
Well, I think they just didn't care.
Oh.
Nicholas II was probably just like, I don't care, it's fucking peasants or got exploded. I'm not spending money to,
I'm just counting my gold.
How are you just casually dropping Nicholas II like some kind of a genius?
Isn't that the Tsar?
I couldn't name a single, I couldn't name one.
I also like that she's
Catherine.
like, isn't that the Tsar? As if we would fucking know. I wouldn't even know who the president was of this country at that time.
Oh, I don't, actually. All his family was rounded up and shot.
Okay, I do know that.
Okay, so all
is he's not Rasputin's dude, is he?
Yes.
Okay.
So
okay.
yes,
not as dumb as I thought I was.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. And Anastasia, there were rumors for years that the daughter Anastasia escaped, and I think there was a made-for-TV movie about it, which we should do in What Did We Learn Today?
How many books have you read about this time period? That's what I want to know. Feels like this
maybe one, but
how is Dr. Zhivago connected?
So Dr. Zhivago was after the throw of the Tsars.
Okay.
Of the Tsar. Because, then it's like becomes
the Bolsheviks.
Lenin, and then eventually into communism and Stalin and all that. I think. Don't quote me. Okay.
Too late. On Blue Sky.
Oh, no.
I just live streamed this on Blue Sky. This whole and called it History Lesson, True Facts.
Oh, no.
Danielle.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yep.
The first scientific expedition did not reach the area until 1927, but still found ample evidence of the asteroid's destruction caused by the shock wave and heat blast from the aerial explosion. Archaeologists have found evidence of similar events in the past, and smaller asteroids regularly break up in the atmosphere, causing little or no damage. NASA established the Planetary Defense Coordination Office, and during the DART... Oh, that's what DART is. No, that's not. Those aren't the letters in DART. Never mind. During the DART mission, tested the technology to redirect a small asteroid should one pose a danger to Earth in the future. Okay, so that was just the...
I'm glad we used to have that.
Yeah, right. Oh, wait. Okay, you guys are going to... They actually mentioned Nicholas II. Okay, so I might be an idiot, but I think I already knew this. At about 7:15 a.m. local time on June 30th, 1908, when Tsar Nicholas II ruled Russia, in one of the remotest areas of Siberia, a most unusual event occurred. The few reindeer herders of the local Evenki people who witnessed the event, none from closer than 20 miles away, described seeing a fireball trailing smoke, then a flash brighter than the sun, followed by a loud noise like thunder. Those closest to the event reported being blown into the air. Remember, they were 20 miles away and knocked unconscious, and their dwellings damaged or destroyed. Fortunately, because of the low population density, very few human casualties resulted, but many herds of reindeer perished. Mm-hmm. No Christmas in Siberia.
Oh my God.
Further afield, eyewitnesses reported seeing a large column of smoke rising high into the atmosphere. The asteroid, called a bolide, once in the Earth's atmosphere, so there's another term.
How many names do we have to give these space rocks?
I don't know. It's
these
like
scientists.
It's like what's his face? Never mind. With an estimated diameter of 130 feet, had an entry angle of about 30 degrees based on the trail it left in the sky.
130 feet is how big it is.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's not a tiny rock.
No.
This is
humongous. And exploded at an altitude of about 6 miles. The resultant shock wave and heat blast most likely correlate with the eyewitness reports with the destruction described by later expeditions.
You can't run from 6 miles.
No.
I mean, if it's causing a blast of 6 miles.
No. It was 6 miles high when it exploded.
Oh, got it. Sorry, I was confuzzled.
That's all right. Seismic instruments in Russia, hundreds of miles from the site, recorded the tremors caused by the shockwave. No scientific expeditions of Tunguska site took place for nearly 20 years, partly due to its remote location and partly due to distractions such as World War I, the Russian Revolution, and the ensuing Civil War. The Soviet Academy of Sciences first sent geologist Leonid A. Kulik on an expedition to the site in 1921, but the area proved so inaccessible that he could not reach it. Not until 1927 did Kulik succeed in reaching his goals. I don't know if there was just debris, just like dead reindeer everywhere. He couldn't climb over. I'm not really sure what that means.
Five years later,
I think Siberia's got a lot of forests. I don't know.
It sounds like it does.
Even though 19 years had passed, the area still bore unmistakable signs of the explosion. In his observations of this and 3 subsequent expeditions, Kulik described a butterfly-shaped area of destruction 830 square miles with an estimated 80 million trees knocked down.
Whoa.
Near the epicenter, trees remained standing, but with broken branches and stripped of bark with evidence of burning. Although Kulik saw and failed to find physical evidence of the bolide, most likely due to the midair explosion vaporizing the object, later expeditions did find microparticles indicating an extraterrestrial origin, although not specific enough to determine if the object was an asteroid or a comet. I don't know what a comet is. I didn't look that up.
That's not what this episode is.
I think it's something about...
It's not how to survive a comet.
As much as I'm interested in history, I am really dumb about science. Most scientists today believe it was an asteroid that rained destruction on Siberia on that day. In 2016, the United Nations proclaimed June 30th. It's coming up, guys, as International Asteroid Day to raise awareness.
How are we going to celebrate this year?
I don't know. Maybe
not fireworks, drones. No, they're going to do drones now. Yeah. I love learning about space stuff because I know so little.
Yeah.
How it works, what it is.
It's interesting there's not a lot of stories of asteroids or meteorites or whatever hitting here.
I thought there would be more.
There's a lot. Was a little... Like, are they drawn to Russia?
Well, except the one that hit the dinosaurs was, they say not the Gulf of Mexico, the peninsula, like right here, I think.
Oh.
Baja Peninsula?
It wasn't Baja Peninsula, but it was something where I was like, oh, that's where we live. I guess that's why.
It's like Crater Lake, is it?
Is that from one of your movies, Crater
Lake?
Lake? Is that a real thing?
That's up in Oregon, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I only know that because Sven has a shirt that says that.
All right. Well, we'll learn about it. And
We'll
what did we
figure it
learn
out.
today. Yeah.
And we'll be back.
After this.
Are you feeling stuck in your career or lacking employment at the moment? Experiencing symptoms of job dissatisfaction? You might be suffering from a common condition known as career stagnation. But don't worry, there's a solution. Monster.com. Monster.com offers a comprehensive suite of career-boosting tools designed just for you. Our free resume review and AI interview prep tool will help you stand out from the crowd. Need more guidance? Dive into our career advice articles for expert tips and insights. And don't forget to check out our salary tools to ensure you're getting paid what you're worth. Side effects may include a new job, increased confidence, and a brighter future. Consult Monster.com today and take the first step towards your new career. Ready for your next job opportunity? Visit Monster.com now.
Shopify's point-of-sale system helps you sell at every stage of your business. Need a fast and secure way to take payments in person? We've got you covered. How about card readers you can rely on anywhere you sell?
Thanks. Have a good one.
Yep, that too. Want one place to manage all your online and in-person sales? That's kind of our thing. Wherever you sell, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/listen. Shopify.com/listen.
Hello. Welcome back.
No, welcome.
No, you.
You first.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. I didn't mean to step on your toes. That's your line.
I'm so sorry.
How was your...
That's how we always come
Smooth
back.
as silk,
it's
motherfuckers.
just apologizing.
Smooth as silk.
We just the second half of the show is just us apologizing to each other.
Well, that's what women do.
Yeah.
We just apologize
we
for
just
ourselves.
do, and then we text each other all afternoon.
Are you okay?
Are you a little mad at me?
Did I hurt your feelings?
When I said that thing? When I don't feel
Oh
like
my
I said
God.
when I said I'm sorry, I feel like I wasn't authentic.
I did legitimately do that to her the other day at her house. I was like, did I upset you in some way? She was like, no.
But she did, and I just didn't want to.
Is that true?
No.
Okay. Because I did think that later. Later, I did think, I was like, did she just say that because there's other people here?
And later she's gonna rail me. Not that way.
Oh, this wasn't,
Wait a
it wasn't
minute.
that kind of book party.
Yeah,
Book club.
My book
It's a different
clubs.
kind of-
My book clubs get off the wall.
Yeah, it's a book.
Holy
it's
shit.
a book / key club. Key party.
Yeah, women. They get older. They get a little wild.
A little frisky.
Yep. Hey.
Well, in the first half of our show, we talked about how to survive an expected asteroid.
Yes.
And now we're going to talk about how to survive an unexpected teen pregnancy with
Whoa.
Willie Macc. Hi, Willie.
Hey,
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Willie is a very funny stand-up, and actually is going to be on America's Got Talent on May 27th.
It starts airing May 27th.
So that's very exciting.
I can't wait to
you
watch.
know what happened. We don't know what
I
happened.
can't even tell you.
How long ago did you film it?
We filmed it back in February.
Oh, so you got to keep it under wraps that
Oh
long?
my goodness, it's eating me alive. Naturally, I told my family and like a couple other folks, but everybody else was like, don't you dare, don't you.
Oh my God, they're in the dark.
My kids really like to watch it.
Yeah.
So we'll watch it so we can watch you.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
And then I'll brag and be like, I know that guy. We are close personal friends.
Yes, we are. I think the most exciting part about it was I grew up very religious. I'm a preacher kid, my grandfather, grandma, evangelist, and blah, 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 blah. And my dad has never came to a comedy show a day in my life.
Whoa.
He won't see me perform because at a comedy club, they got alcohol there.
Yep.
So he can't even be around alcohol?
He can probably be around it, but he
doesn't want to.
Yeah, he's
It's
like
against his
it's
beliefs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so America's Got Talent, when they found that out, they're like, would he come to this? America's Got Talent is the only show my dad watches. He's been watching it since season 1.
Are you serious?
Wow.
I have one of those strict dads that he doesn't really say I love you or he's machismo
Like
all
God
the time.
wanted.
Yeah, like God wanted. He's still very biblical.
Yes. It's do not love unto your son.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's over there in like the Revelations, right? First page. And God said. And so this was the first time he's actually came. They flew out, my mom and dad.
Oh my God!
Saw me perform on America's Got Talent. My mom was standing up screaming and everything.
I love that.
So I have so many questions. So had your mother ever seen you perform before?
No, I showed her a couple clips online. Like I'll go home and show her some YouTube videos. But I think my dad has seen me do stand up only because, like, online though.
Okay.
Because he mentioned something to me that I only said on stage.
Oh, okay.
So it was like you had to have seen this.
Yeah. He was like, "Wow, so you can just say that when you go up on stage, da 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 da." I'm like, okay.
Wait, he's quoting me, and he got the call back.
I got to write this down. That was good.
So, did they love you? Did they love it? Were they proud of you? What did they say?
My dad said it was surreal.
Okay.
I can imagine.
He was like, I've been watching this since season 1. And now to know that my son is going to be on this, because he said he likes watching people, like, if they mess up, how do they bounce back?
Okay.
And, like, just, the talent as well. And he was like, so when he got the call, he was telling the producers this. He was like, when they gave me the call, or he called me and was like, hey, I'm going to be on it. He's like, I'm really proud of him.
Oh.
This is the first time I've ever heard this man say this. Like, I knew he loved me. I knew,
Yes.
Excuse me, some of these things, but it's like it was never verbal.
Yes.
He was, men don't, you don't say, I ain't gonna sit here and say, just like, he
So he told the producers at least.
But yeah, he told that.
In the confessional.
In a confessional. This better not get out. Nobody better find out that I said I love him, right?
So I predict
through hearsay, you now know.
He's going to deny it.
Your dad is proud of you.
Oh my God. So I predict, this is they're probably going to show that on the show, right?
I hope so.
Aren't they really big on backstories on that show?
They are.
Oh, your dad's going to be on TV.
Yeah.
Your dad's going to be on his one and only show.
Oh, yeah.
That's
saying I love you
crazy.
to millions.
Oh my God.
See, this is what you get for not saying it to just me.
I'll show you.
God. So funny.
That's amazing.
So funny. And then, and so you also have a dry bar special. And
Yeah.
that's already out?
No, it doesn't come out till the fall.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's get into your story. Okay. So there was an unexpected teen pregnancy. Walk us through it.
Okay. It's nice to tell the story not on stage.
Okay.
Because on stage, I got to tell the story as a joke.
Yeah.
Right.
But here I can just kind of like listen to what had happened was. I can give y'all.
It wasn't as funny as it is
Girl,
on stage.
listen to this.
Yes, absolutely.
So I had my kid. I was in high school, 11th grade. And
So you're what, like
6? I was 16 turning 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the girl was
16.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a month younger than me.
Okay.
And it was our first time having sex, prom night.
Oh my God.
No! My son is just about to have prom. Don't tell me
Yours
this.
won't. Your son is.
Well, he's not getting any. Is what you're saying?
No, he's
so
gonna
we're
wrap
okay.
up.
Yes, I would hope so. Okay, so I am always curious. Mm-hmm. Did you not know about condoms? Did the condom not work? Like, what was the thinking?
That is the next
$1 million question.
That's the question that I get fairly often.
Okay.
I did use a condom. I had a condom on. It broke. Now this is my first time having sex. So I just thought it got better. Like you don't feel it don't feel a pop. It's not like a balloon pop. It just like breaks through. So
you're kidding.
Yeah. And because of this, and this is slightly embarrassing. This ain't even a joke or nothing. It wasn't long. As you know, the first time, 15 seconds maybe. And I was just trying to keep on going because I was like, I can't be that guy that just 3 strokes and you're done. So I just kept on going. Because in my head, there's no way. No one gets pregnant on the first try.
Wait, but you didn't know it broke, right?
No.
Right. So you kept going. Okay, right.
Yeah. So... pull out, and it's like, oh snap, it broke, and she's like, what?
Oh.
So we did go to the abortion clinic. We had saved up our money, and she went. We were short. On an abortion. Okay. And I saved up the rest of the money, and I gave it to her.
Okay.
And she never went.
Oh, okay.
She changed her mind.
She changed her mind, never told me. My son was born February 19th. She did not tell me she was pregnant until like the beginning of December.
Wait, but were
was
you in
she
school
able to hide it because she was young?
She was strong.
She was a strong girl?
She was a strong-shaped woman.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
This is a lot of teens, also don't get very big, right? I mean,
Is that true?
It's not an uncommon story of girls.
And she was still having her period, too.
Hiding.
Wait, what?
Some women can still have their periods during pregnancy. Look
Okay, remember in the first half of the show I said I was bad at science?
Yes.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
I know
sure it's not spotting?
I know a lot of girls that are young will sort of be surprised by pregnancies too. I mean, sounds like she wasn't because she knew she was pregnant and didn't get an abortion, so she knew a baby was going to come. But like, they can also just be in denial because they don't want it to happen, but also just maybe she thought she lost it.
Here's the other interesting part of it. She thought she lost it because she was still having her periods.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until she went to go sign up to be in the Army. And
wait, what?
Yeah, she was because she's come from a military family, so she was doing like ROTC, one of these, and they were doing their test on her.
Yeah,
and they're like, you can't join this because you're pregnant, and she's like, what? How am I pregnant?
She thought she
because she got her period, and she probably said, I must have had a miscarriage.
So were you together in school this whole time?
We were together, yes.
You were still dating, and you saw her every day.
I saw her every day,
but didn't see any difference.
She was heavy set.
No, I get it, but
so
still,
you couldn't really tell.
Okay.
Like we worked at Burger King, so I just
thought she had an extra.
She had an extra Whopper fry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then, what happens? She tells you.
She tells me, and this is such a crazy story because me and her. We couldn't talk together. It was teen love stuff, at least for us, where we just couldn't communicate. Obviously, this is kind of before cell phones. We couldn't have cell phones in high school, at least. So we wrote in a journal together.
Okay.
So I have a series of journals where I'm like, Erica doesn't understand. We're talking third person.
Oh.
Erica doesn't understand that I love her and this is da-da-da-da-da. And then I'll give her the journal. She'll read it. But what Willie doesn't understand is this. And we did this for years.
Wow.
That's so interesting.
It's like letters, but just, faster.
Yeah, we just it was like in between classes. Here's the notebook.
Oh, wow.
And then I see her in between classes or after school. Here's the notebook, and so we dated it too.
Okay, all right.
I have all of that. So I find out, and now I got to tell my parents, super religious parents, and
oh my God,
we even don't
preachers.
Sex is sin, hell, sin, hell.
And wait, what order are you in the child?
I'm the first.
You're the oldest.
I'm the oldest of 5.
So like nobody's screwed up before you.
No one's
Oh God.
And you say I know you said your dad's religious. Did you say he's also a preacher?
He's a preacher.
Oh my God.
And he's also the example. You're the example family for the congregation.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh my
Willie.
gosh.
Okay.
So and she's very militant, and she's come from a religious family. So we were scared.
Sure.
And we planned to run away from home.
Oh, okay.
I packed up. Now, we had it all planned out. We was gonna run to her dad's. Her dad and her had a really rough childhood, or whatever relationship. But she was like, he'll at least take us in, because if her mom found out and my parents found out, we're dead.
Right.
So I don't know if y'all religious or not, but every once in a while, God will do something, or the universe, whatever you believe, will do something that just kind of makes you squint. Like, how can you not believe in almost a higher power if? Now, it's about 2-3 a.m. I write this long letter to my parents.
Oh my God.
And I was like, hey, Erica's pregnant. I'm sorry. I'm going to handle this. I'm a man. You don't have to worry about anything and whatever this long letter is. And I'm like, I'm out of here, whatever. I'll be in contact with y'all. I fold this up and I put it under their door. Wow. I go downstairs and I left. But I came back because I forgot something downstairs in the basement where I stayed.
Okay.
So I grabbed a couple more items of stuff, and as I come upstairs, my mom is sitting down in the kitchen.
Oh.
Now, my mom sleeps through everything. Everything.
Okay.
We've had tornadoes, and she's looking out in the backyard like, why is everybody's umbrellas and stuff in our backyard? Like, Mama, we're it's a tornado, Mama. She sleeps through everything.
Okay.
She gets her 8 to 10 hours of
Yeah.
sleep. She's one of those. She ain't got a problem, a care in the world. I can't go to sleep because my brain is on 1,000 things.
Right.
My mom's just, why is everybody mad? Why can't people be happy all the time?
Oh,
She's
boy.
there.
She's one of those. Okay.
She sat down, said, something woke her up in the dream and said, go check on your son.
No.
And as I was leaving out, I see the letter and I read the letter.
Oh, my God. Oh, no.
I started bawling, crying.
Oh, because you're just a kid.
I'm just a kid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't know what to do. And I was like, I don't want to embarrass the church, embarrass you all. She said, boy, that kid is going to be a blessing.
Oh, my God.
She is like, I don't care what the church has to say. This is our grandchild. This. It's like, whatever you're thinking ain't this.
Did this reaction surprise you?
So surprised.
Yeah.
Me and my parents I never had the sex talk.
Right.
The most my dad did was like, hey, are you having sex? I'm like, no, sir. All right, then. Like, that
He was also relieved. Yeah. Okay, good.
And so like I said, that's the most we've watched, like one sex video at church. Like, if you have sex, this is
Yeah.
You're going to hell.
Yeah, one of those things.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't go to birthday parties. We couldn't do a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. So this was that.
Wow.
And yeah, they were disappointed. They were like, oh, Willie. But at the same time, they wasn't like mad. Like, they wasn't angry.
Not even your dad.
Not even my dad.
So now you have to tell the girlfriend the plan has changed.
The plan has changed.
Right?
My mom ended up talking to her mom.
Okay.
Hated me. She didn't like me from the jump.
Oh.
What's
not
And now look what you've done to her daughter.
Look what I've done to her daughter. She was just one of those she was just like, if we had to really put a thing on it, like now that I'm older, she had her own issues and whatever, relationships, and so she already kind of had this sour thing about men.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm in the picture. If anything, I feel like and I'm not trying to say like this is catch, but like I showed her a new experience of relationships and just family and all this other stuff that she just loved. She's like, I didn't know that she was given no rules. Like, she can come home whenever she wanted to. She could do whatever she wanted to, and just whatever.
Okay, you're like opposites.
And I was the opposite. Mm-hmm. And so we sat down. She was like, if anything happens to her, if she has a difficult birth, I'm coming after you, Will. I will kill you.
Oh, my God.
She was.
No pressure.
So we there, and she has an emergency C-section.
Oh, no, this is your fault.
Oh, this is all my fault. Malcolm had the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck, which, ironically, I was born with my umbilical cord around my neck, and so was my dad.
Oh, you're kidding.
I don't know if this is. I don't think it's hereditary that happens.
I mean, it's bizarre.
It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
So they had to do the emergency C-section, get him whatever, and get him out. And my life changed with this man boy that's in my hand.
Yeah.
What 15 seconds will do.
Yeah.
Yes. Forever.
15
Yeah.
seconds forever now?
Yeah.
Right.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Then you go through the child support phase, and then you think, oh, now that he's 18, you ain't got to pay child support no more. You're going to be supporting these kids forever.
Right.
He got a full-time job. How you still you don't pay no bills. You pay for your car note. That's it.
So, okay. So he's born.
You're
born. Still in high school. You're a senior,
Yes,
I guess,
senior.
right? Yeah, you have a baby. And who is looking after the baby when you guys are at school?
Her grandma.
Okay. So you're not living with your girlfriend at this point?
No.
Okay. So how does it go for the rest of his life? Like, you got... I mean, I'm assuming you don't stay with your... Or did you? No. Okay.
So my son's mom in high school was a lesbian. Still lesbian. She's bi now. But so she had a girlfriend, like...
Wait, what? You just buried the lead. Hold on. So she was just... I thought she was your girlfriend.
Yes, but I was more of a beard.
Oh, okay. God. Did you know that?
Yes, but no. I'll explain that because I really wasn't privy to a lot of sexual stuff. My skew of it was I kissed the girl behind the air conditioning unit on the side of the house. It was like that. I wasn't like we didn't have the websites. There was no dirty magazines in the house to look at.
Your knowledge was limited.
It was very limited.
Yeah.
And I remember one time, I think I was like 14 years old, and me and my cousin was, at my grandma's, and he was like, yeah, I let a girl go down on me. And I was so disgusted by him. I was like, you did what? You let her put your thing in her mouth? Don't you ever.
My son got the vapors.
Yeah, oh, my goodness. Yeah. And my baby mama was the first person to, and I'm sorry as graphic as this is she was the first person to give me like a hand job. Okay. So in my head, I'm like, she the one.
Yeah.
You can't tell me nothing about this person.
Okay. Yeah. So while Malcolm was growing up, you were in his life the whole time, but not living with him? I'm just curious how it worked.
So for the first couple of years, I was there. That was my boy.
Of course.
Everything. I loved all of that. So, but then I ended up moving to California. I was getting in so much trouble in St. Louis. I didn't have no direction. My grades weren't good enough to go anywhere. I got fired from almost every job I had. And this girl that I was seeing at the time, she was like, hey, you should move to California. And I was like, oh, I got a kid and this. Right. And she's like, Willie, I don't know what it is, but something's like, move to California. St. Louis is only going to get you locked up. So I was like, all right. So I moved. Having this departure was the worst thing.
I can't imagine.
Because it really felt like life or death for me. Now, I was always in my son's life. Like, I flew back as often as I could. Right. And the summers I'd have them. And then my dad stepped up and became that. My dad was the one going to all the parent-teacher conferences.
Wow. Look at that.
Daddy's son stuff.
Okay.
And so... Malcolm spent a lot of time with my dad until he turned 8 years old. And then my son, her mom, her girlfriend, and I know this is going to throw you all off because I didn't even throw this in there. She tried men one more time after me before she got with the girlfriend and got knocked up again.
Oh, no.
Worst lesbian ever.
She is the worst.
Yeah, she's really
so
blowing
bad
it as
at being a lesbian.
Really bad.
Oh my God, she must think that every time you have sex with a man, you get pregnant.
It was a one night stand, one of these drunk nights, and then happened.
She's very fertile.
She's very fertile.
Holy ghost.
And the dude's not in the life at all.
Okay.
So when she comes out to California, she's like, I want you and Malcolm to be closer together. So she moved out when Malcolm was 7.
Oh,
and,
good.
Michaela was 4. And I had Malcolm all the time. Oh, you can. Then you find out that girls think he's cute. So it's like, no, we're going. I raised my best friend. I raised my wingman.
Right.
And at 4, Michaela comes up to me and she's like, "Can you be my dad too?" So I ended up adopting her.
Oh, that's so great. That is such a stand-up thing to do.
Yeah.
Now they have the same dad, the same mom. That's amazing.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah. So I raising a kid as a young person, I look back at some of the things that I've done, and I'm like, yeah, I could have done this differently. I mean, we all might have that type of experience. with the kids, and even though it's a joke that I talk about on stage, it was true. I did. I put ZQL in my son's orange juice. They just had this infinite amount of energy, and I'm sleepy.
Oh my! Wait, this is so funny because we are older parents, so we didn't have half the energy you had to keep up with a toddler. But you were like, no, too much. It's too much.
Sit down.
That is so sit down.
Sit down, juice.
Sit down, juice.
So,
hilarious.
Me being that teen parent has made a bunch of people hit me up online asking me questions or watching me and my son's videos, and like, oh my goodness, we've amassed like 400,000 followers on TikTok. Me and my son do our videos, and
is he a performer? Like, is he interested in performing or anything?
Music.
Oh, he does music.
He does music, but he's funny like me. We got the same humor,
I'm sure.
Same laugh, same cadence of laugh. Like, you do that too?
Wait, how do people find you on TikTok?
Willie Macc on everything.
Okay.
WILLIEMACC.
Okay.
So people are seeing this relationship and this bond. Me and my son say I love you every time we talk to each other. He started that. I didn't grow up with that. So he's like, all right, love you. And I was like, love you. I'm like, why you say that every time? He's like, I don't know what's gonna happen once we walk out these doors. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I was like, you're right.
Yeah.
So it's so crazy to know that I have another tattoo. I'm tatted with quotes that I like them. And it says, "Do not despise the days of small beginnings." And those days that you're just, you don't know when you're gonna use this. You don't know when this will show up again. So me having a kid as a teenager is now what my stand-up is about, that has got me into these rooms, to these meetings, just telling this story. Why don't you have a TV show, Willie? It's working. It's going to happen. Yeah. And then it's like, that's the story that got me on the Dry Bar. That's the story that got me on AGT. So I can't.
Yeah. Everything is, like you said, everything is copy. Yeah. I mean, if you can use it, and you can obviously, you're not using it in a mercenary way. You're using it as a entertainment, and you're growing from it, and you're sharing your story.
Then that story is helping countless other people.
Yeah.
You were just saying, they're in your DMs telling you.
Yeah.
Because it makes people feel less alone.
100%.
Because they're
thanking me.
Yeah.
That must be wild.
Wow.
Yeah, they're thanking you because your condom broke.
They thanking me for this condom broke. Baby, I'm like, it was really easy. Trust me.
That was the easiest part.
That was the easiest part.
Oh, my God. Willie, this has been so fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Great guest. Great story. I'm very excited to see you on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
On the 27th.
Really wishing you all the success.
Yes. So excited.
Thank you.
And we will be back right after this with What Did We Learn Today? Are we ready to learn what we learned today?
Yes, let's do it.
We are the most accidentally listened to podcast on the air. Bunions can be hereditary.
Oh, boy.
If you have a family history of bunions, you are more likely to develop them. This is because certain foot structures like flat feet or an overly flexible ligament system are often inherited traits that can predispose you to bunions. However, heredity is only part of the equation. Okay, I'm going to skip the George Clooney thing because we've already talked about that. Anastasia, the Mystery of Anna, also titled Anastasia, the Story of Anna, is a 1986 American-Austrian-Italian made-for-television biographical film directed by Marvin J. Chomsky, starring Amy Irving. Yes.
Whoa.
Rex Harrison in his last performance, Olivia de Havilland, Omar Sharif.
What?
Christian Bale in his first film. What was he, 3? And Jan Niklas, or John.
That's a star-studded cast.
The film was loosely based on the story of Grand Duchess Anastasia Nikolaevna of Russia and the book The Riddle of Anna Anderson by Peter Kurth. It was originally broadcast in 2 parts. Okay, so I don't know if that means it is about. It doesn't say it's about. She
said she was Anastasia.
Right.
And it's the mystery of whether or not she was.
Right. And someone really did claim that, right? That's what it's based on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Because for some reason that body wasn't accounted for or something when they came and found all the bodies. So it's, Siberia's landscape is highly diverse, ranging from vast flat plains and plateaus to rugged mountain ranges and permafrost-covered areas. The dominant features include the West Siberian Plain, and Trans-Siberian Orchestra, of course. A massive lowland, and the Central Siberian Plateau, an ancient volcanic region.
They have everything.
Yeah. Significant mountain ranges like the Urals, Altai, and Verokyansk, whatever, also shape the terrain.
Which is why it probably took so long for them to investigate.
Gotcha.
These crashes.
Comets and asteroids are both solar system bodies orbiting the sun, but they differ primarily in their composition and where they are found. Comets are typically made of ice, dust, and rock, while asteroids are mainly composed of rock and metal. Comets, especially when near the sun, develop a visible tail due to the vaporization of their icy material, while asteroids do not. The asteroids that caused the dinosaur extinction impacted the Earth near the Chicxulub crater, located off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico.
Okay.
And if you Google that crater, you'll have a nice little treat on your screen.
Yes. Okay.
Cool
okay. Can't wait to...
So I'm assuming the crater's still there. Is the crater still there?
Mm-hmm.
From millions of years ago?
I think you can visit it.
That's crazy. The thing that caused all the dinosaurs to be wiped out is still there?
And it's on the Yucatan Peninsula? I was there.
Were there not dinosaurs in the rest of Pangaea?
Well, birds are dinosaurs.
I know, but besides that...
My God, I have dinosaurs on my property right now.
Yeah.
But wait, are they saying that... So one...
Well, it wasn't necessarily the impact that killed them. It was the
radiation?
Atmosphere was completely blacked out. There was no sun for a million years or whatever. So most of the stuff died.
Okay.
Because of that.
You're a dinosaur expert.
Yeah.
Watch a lot of television. The remnants of the crater still exist, although it's primarily buried beneath layers of rock and sediment, so maybe it's not quite there.
Okay. So you can't...
That would be so cool if you could just go and see.
Yeah.
While a massive hole isn't visible, the crater's legacy is evident in features like the ring of cenotes or cenotes, which
I've
are
swam in those.
Oh.
It's really cool. You should go.
I should go to a lot of places.
You should do it.
In what, Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Wow. We went all over the place today.
We did. We traveled the globe.
We really, you know what? If you can't travel the globe, you can travel this podcast.
That's right.
And it feels like you traveled the globe.
Yeah, you feel.
You don't even have to leave your chair.
No.
That's right.
It feels like you went around the world and into space. You went as much into space as Katy Perry did, according to Garen.
Yeah. All right.
To be fair, I'm not saying that did not happen. I'm giving you a hard time. It was a little exaggerated as to what may have happened.
I'm just giving you a hard time, conspiracy theorist, Karen.
I know. I only like the fun ones.
All right.
Well, I guess until next time.
Remain calm.